Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I can't believe it's already February 1st, so I want to do a review of the projects that I got done in January and tell you a little bit about my plans for February. I've been mentioning it in the last couple of videos, but I have a retreat coming up actually this coming weekend. So I'm going to be spending some time this week building page kits to get ready for that retreat. And I'll probably also do a packing video just to show you how I pare down my tools to take away to a long weekend retreat. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm still working on my Christmas journal, so I'm probably going to do a few more pages in that. I may or may not videotape it. I don't know. You guys comment below if you still want to see any Christmas content or if you're just done with it. But this, I think in February, I probably got done a few of these pages just because December just goes so quickly. But this one's real cute with a pocket that you can pull out the journaling. And I let those things sort of extend up. This is about our church service. I did some fussy cutting on these ephemera. This one is got some bad words on that coffee cup that my best friend sent me from Nevada. I love it, love it, love it. So I did kind of a girly page on that. And this is all about our wish store that we do at church for a local Title I elementary school. And so if you notice, I have done some of the journaling on a lot of these pages. So, and that's important because I'm trying to, do it before I forget. So I do have a few more pages, a few more photos printed. So I'm going to keep working on those. But I'm happy with the progress. See, there's one, and then Christmas Eve. These are extra photos. I don't really need those. So that's exciting. Progress on that. That's the first time I've ever done a Christmas journal. I did do some swaps for Ginger's Corner. Let me just put a little white piece of paper down. These are upcoming. So sign up today if you want to participate in the Pretty in Pink swap for February. That sign up is today, and you have, I think, until the 15th of the month to send them out, and you make 8 embellishments with the primary color being pink, or in my case, 3 different pinks. So I made these florals. And I get to keep one for myself. So those are ready to go. I'll sign up today and I'll probably mail them out pretty quickly. And then there's another one coming up. I think it's in February, and it is modifying a puzzle piece. You can see this video now. It premiered yesterday. This one I will not premiere until closer to the event, but I made my own puzzle pieces because I didn't have a puzzle handy that I could pull apart. So I made my own puzzle pieces, and then I modified them. So you're supposed to paint them, add bling, add multimedia, whatever. And so this one has ink and glitter on it. These have lunar paste. So I just made, and I did different fonts. So that is for the puzzle, altered puzzle piece swap later in February. I also did another one, a color, a stamp color and cut, but that one's already in the mail, so I don't have it to show you, but you can go back and see that video. All right. And now for the scrapbook pages that I did. All this month I worked on my daughter's senior album, and I think I'm caught up. In fact, I've been asking her for additional photos so I can keep going. This is when we had our snowfall. I didn't get a ton of pictures. I probably could have done a whole nother page had I had more pictures, but she and her boyfriend went out and played in the snow, and the dogs. They loved it. So just to remember that, and she has journaling space here. This is all from a Mercy Tiara kit. And the paper is Simple Stories Vintage Snowfall, I think is what it's called. And Mercy Tiara did a custom sequin mix. I love those, and my daughter loves bling, so it was nice to add a little bit of bling to it. And I just used the paper and then added a few layers on top, and then tried to pull out some of the elements that were in the paper for additional stickers and layers. So came together really, really well, I think. This is a cut file. Uh-oh, that's not glued down. Look at that. This is a cut file that I made on my Cricut. I picked the fonts that I liked and then attached them together. This one, I picked the font that I kind of liked, and then I made an offset of it, a thin offset of it, and then deleted the inside of the letters so that I would have and be able to back load it. So that came out really cute. I hadn't done one of these, like a whole cut file that I did myself. The papers are all from Chamel. I think Reasons to Smile for the most part. There may be a few in there that are from Main Character Energy. This is from a Ginger's Corner swap, from a pool party swap. So I love that. And then I added stickers from Chamel, Spellbinders, Simple Stories, Retro Summer, some Chamel stuff. So very happy with that. And this will actually sit beside this page because it was the same day on the same beach. So I wanted them to coordinate, but not necessarily be a single 2-page layout. So I think that I accomplished that. The colors, I used some of the same, one of the same papers, and the colors sort of blend and flow together. I did have one of these drinks on each page, but that's I think where the similarities end. I had used sequins on this one. I did not use sequins on this one. So this is, again, Chamel papers, and I think all Chamel embellishments from Main Character Energy and or Reasons to Smile. I think most of it's Reasons to Smile. I'm not sure about the butterflies and the birds. But I used the radiating rays and kept everything monochromatic in those rays. So purple things, peach things, yellow. You can see that I tried to align the colors with the rays. And I think that gives a really neat effect. And then I did the same with the it still has a little bit of a flow from top left to bottom right. And I did the same with the sequins. They flow down as well. I also put some vellum on this one. So I'm happy with that one. Well, I might need a little bit of I can either do glue, or I might add a little adhesive tape under there. Give it a little lift in dimension. How about that? And it will stick better. If you hear knocking, it's my dogs asking to be let out of my daughter's room. I'm not going down there right now. All right, so that's Sunshine with her sisters on the beach. This is my daughter's Valentine's Day card. I did a shaker pocket, and I did sort of the inset shaker pocket look instead of one that sits out on top. This is embossed, just white cardstock, just to add some more. And then I used these little sprinkles that I got, and scraps. This was a scrap of pink paper, scrap of iridescent pink paper, and I'm all set for her Valentine's card. This is a completely different look from all those Chamel papers. This is a formal portrait on the cruise of my daughter and all of her half siblings. There are 10 in total, and we try and take vacation together once a year, all the moms and the girls and the kids. And so it has made a beautiful family. And I think I might, oh, these need to be stuck down. I think I'm gonna switch out this Y on here, because it's like 3 light ones and 3 dark ones, and I'm not loving that. And I realized that there are some other Y's in here that might work and bring a little more light to that end of the paper. So I think I'm gonna do this one instead. And it obviously needs to be glued down because of the embossed paper is not loving the sticky there. And this one too. So I'll do that off screen if the others need it. For this one, I made some of my, ooh, I'm losing. I made some of my own embellishments for this because I didn't have a lot. I really wanted to lean into the white and red and black. I did have this Seize the Day. I had some gold embellishments, and then I made this one. I had a die for that and a die for this just to add a little bling. This is from a Ginger's Corner swap that I got, and I did this because we were on a cruise and the boys were enjoying the casino quite a bit. So that came out cute. Very simple layout. This maybe not so simple a layout. This is ringing in the new year, and I went in and I found a whole bunch more pictures from this same time period. So I could have done a 2-page layout, but I didn't. But I love this. This is with a couple of her brothers and sisters and the balloon drop. So just documenting that balloon drop. The other pictures are of my daughter and I. So I'll ask her if she wants to include that, but that's up to her. I used 2 different Chamel papers, made a frame, gutted one of them, and created this circle so I could lean into all these circles on the back paper, but still tone it down, make it slightly less busy. And then I kept my embellishments mostly to the teal and gold. I also made another circle up here for the year. And then I just used a bunch of stars and different things. So that's a fun page, and lots of gold and bling. Here's another. I had, by this time I had some scraps sitting on my desk that I ended up not using on that page because I decided I didn't need them. But so I used them for a card instead. I fussy cut a Chamel butterfly, used a floral and a plaid. And then added a little bling and a ready-made sentiment that I had from paper, the Australian company. And this was on the back of their cover sheet, was a whole bunch of different sentiments. So I've been using those quite a bit. But I like that. It's just a little simple card, but I think it has pretty high impact. All right, this is kind of a 2-page layout, but not quite. These are My Mind's Eye, Gingham Foundry is the paper collection. So this one I used 6x8 papers, and I just kept them as the 6x8 papers and challenged myself to see what I could do with that as a layout. So this is a layout if you have 6x8 papers and then some coordinating 12x12 papers. So I created a large frame and then set my background paper. And then this is just offset 6x8 papers. And then from this scrap, I created a banner just so everything wasn't quite so same shaped. And then I used all of the embellishments that came with that collection. So this is a good way if you are a collection buyer and you buy the 6x6 or the 6x8 paper pads within a collection in addition to the 12x12s. That was a good use of that. And then the matching page, I won't call it a 2-page layout, but I ended up using the same background paper. This was for a art heist in Ginger's Corner where Mallory Obrey did a circle of hearts with a photo. I decided to make a heart out of the hearts. My hearts are also a little smaller, but again, I used all those 6x8 papers, that 6x8 paper pad, and got a whole bunch of different patterns out of it by using the A side and the B sides. And then I used my Creative Memories heart punches. So I get 4 different size hearts. And then all of the embellishments are also from My Mind's Eye, with the exception of this word sister, which is actually a white wood grain letters from maybe Dear Lizzie. And I just patted the same ink that I used for all of these. I colored them so that it would still stick out. You could still read it, but it wasn't quite so bright white since all of this is cream. So I'm really, really happy with this page too. I was happy to dig into that My Mind's Eye. I bought it when they were going out of business. I bought the whole kit, and I love My Mind's Eye paper. I miss them. I decided I wanted to make a shaker pocket and do something different. So I used a scallop cutter and a circle punch, a scallop punch and a circle punch. It would have been easier had I used dies, because I could have gotten the circle in exactly the right place, and I struggled with that a little bit because I was trying to use punches, but dies do what I say, not what I do, so use dies. but I just made my own little shaker combo of different stuff that I had. I had stamped the sentiment a long time ago and matted it, and it was sitting in my little bin of pre-made sentiments. So I was happy that it matched this Chamel paper. So that's fun. And this is almost. So then I also did some Christmas scrapbooking. This is not journaled because I am going to try and encourage my daughter to do the journaling on this, but there's another shaker pocket. So I did this one first, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to use that Chamel stuff and make another shaker pocket. So I made it look like a present. I'm pretty pleased with that. Just die cut a bow to add it onto it, and then did bows, different bows for the other presents on the page as well. This is from an old holiday themed paper pad that I have. And then this is old Stampin' Up, I think, sticker sheet. And then some enamel dots from an Echo Park holiday set. And then I made my own little number over here because this was on the 25th. On Christmas Day. And then I'm just going to let her write the presents that she got for Christmas that year. And then this is Christmas Eve. This is Vicky Bouton paper. I tried to let the paper do the work on this one. So this all existed. And then I just added a frame inside, so there wasn't quite so much white on there. I just added this pinky red square. I used some dies that I had to make some extra greenery to layer on top of it, but also sort of meld into the paper, the images on the paper. This is a cut apart from the same paper pad from Vicky Bouton. I didn't mat the photos. I just added the embellishments and the die cuts. So pretty simple page, but I really like it. And it's really flexible. You can use any size photos. You could do 2 rows of photos on here. Different sizes. You could mat them if you wanted more layers. So this is a pretty flexible layout, I think. I am coming up on 500 subscribers, and so if you would like to scrap lift any of these pages, that might be a fun way, and reference my page when you do it, and see if we can get that 500 to 1,000 quicker than we got to 500. It's been right at a year. I just had my 1-year anniversary. So I'm excited to be reaching this milestone. So that's what I got done in January. And I'm going to be hopefully getting a lot of pages done in February because I'm going on that retreat. But I'm also traveling quite a bit in February. So I'll be taking some pictures. I'm going out to San Antonio and Fredericksburg. And then at the end of the month, I am going to Morocco with my mom. So I might do a project on that when I get back. So thanks a lot, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up and come back for more content.